Imagine you're wandering into a prehistoric forest where everything is gigantic and just a bit bonkers. Sunlight filters through towering fern canopies. Ancient birds are chirping away like they've got the latest gossip. And then suddenly, bam! A crash echoes like someone hurled a bowling ball at a concrete wall. Birds scatter in a panic. Leaves flutter down like confetti. And you're thinking, whoa, earthquake? Or dinosaur party? Nope, that's two Pachycephalosaurus dudes literally headbutting each other. You don't even see them clearly at first, just two blurred domes colliding. That deep, hollow thunk rolling through your chest like bass at a stadium concert. Little showers of bark and dust drift down. One bird drops its snack mid-flight, and somewhere in your brain a tiny voice goes, we are absolutely not in the petting zoo section anymore. Welcome to the world of the dome-headed warrior, the dinosaur whose thick skull could make today's motorcycle helmets green with envy. Oh man, if these guys were around now, they'd probably coach rugby teams, teaching players how to head straight into the problem without a scratch. And in today's video, we're gonna crack up while diving into why this fella isn't just hard-headed, but a real comedian of the Cretaceous. Ready for a headfirst plunge into some dino knowledge? Let's go. Back about 70 million years ago, when Earth was still experimenting with all sorts of quirky creatures, North America wasn't the land of burgers and skyscrapers like it is today. Instead, picture vast plains, crisscrossed rivers, and fern forests so dense no one ever bothered with a lawnmower. And right in the middle of it all, Pachycephalosaurus struts in like a comedy star with a shiny domed head that looks like a knight's helmet minus the armor. This guy was about 13 to 16 feet long, 1,000 pounds, like a slightly chubby polar bear walking on two sturdy back legs, with a long tail for balance during those marathon escapes from predators. But the real showstopper? That head, up to 10-12 inches thick, built from rock-hard bone, rimmed with spiky knobs like the crown of a grumpy king. Compare that to our skulls, which are just a few millimeters thick. Yet this beast could take impacts hundreds of times stronger and still be like, ouch, nah, bro. Ferdinand Hayden dug up the first skull fragment in Montana back in 1859, thinking it was from a rhino or something. But nope, it turned out to be a treasure from the late Cretaceous. These dinos roamed what are now Wyoming or South Dakota, in places with alternating wet and dry seasons, forcing them to migrate like nomads, hunting for the best buffet. What did they munch on? Mostly low-lying leaves, ripe fruits, and maybe a bug or scrap of meat if luck struck opportunistic eaters. Not picky like kids who only want pizza. They lived in herds for protection against big bads like Tyrannosaurus rex or Achiroraptor. Imagine it, a group of Pachycephalosaurus ambling across the grasslands, their domes gleaming in the sun, looking like a rugby team chilling before the big game. Their bodies are compact and surprisingly agile, with long, powerful hind limbs, built more for dashing and dodging than for lumbering along. Big, forward-facing eyes give them decent depth perception, handy when you're judging exactly where to plant your skull. Each step kicks up dust as their tails sway like living balance poles, keeping the whole package upright when they suddenly faint, swerve, or launch into a headlong shove. But don't let the laid-back vibe fool you. They could turn into warriors in a flash, going from friendly neighbor to action hero over one wrong glance. Now, the million-dollar question. What was that domed head for? This is where science turns into a stand-up comedy routine, with researchers arguing like soccer fans over an offside goal. For ages, folks thought these dinos rammed heads straight on, like mountain sheep or goats squabbling over dates. In Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV, they show two males charging wham, with the sound echoing everywhere, but not in a suicidal head-to-head smash, because that rounded dome could make them slip and tumble like skating on an oily rink. Instead, experts like David Hone or Mark Goodwin suggest they punched rivals in the flanks, like a boxer's hook. Hey you, Move over. Side jab incoming. Fossils reveal cracks and scars on those domes, proving they brawled often, but not in a dumb way. The funniest theory? Some say the dome was just for show, like Elvis's pompadour hairdo, to woo the ladies. Baby Pachycephalosaurus hatched with flat, spiky heads, and only grew the dome during puberty, like a teen boy suddenly sprouting abs. They lived 10-15 years, with herd hierarchies. Biggest dome gets to be boss, as in, my head's thicker, I call the shots. Picture a late afternoon showdown. 2 males face off. Crouch low. Then charge bam! Ground shakes. Dust flies. One rolls away, defeated. The winner struts like, see? Told ya. But it's not all drama. They had chill moments too, nibbling leaves by the river, guarding the little ones from sneaky predators. In Walking with Dinosaurs, they're portrayed as evasion masters, using speed and that hard head like, catch me if you can, I'm off to the Dino Olympics. For Chow, small, flat teeth suited soft leaves. But some fossils show meat traces. They were omnivores like bears, happy to snack on whatever. This flexibility helped them thrive in drying environments, though they still got wiped out by that asteroid 66 million years ago, like a great party crashed by a massive bomb. What about the legacy of Pachycephalosaurus? It's a hilarious punch from the past, making us laugh and ponder life's fragility. They were among the last dinos before the big extinction wiped out 75% of life. In Jurassic Park, one headbutts a jeep, leaving audiences in stitches like, bulletproof car, try my skull, while in the land before time. They're the gentle sidekicks teaching kids about friendship, hard head, soft heart. Today, their fossils sit in museums like London's Natural History or America's Smithsonian, drawing millions of visitors yearly. And scientists still debate, did the dome make supersonic booms on impact, or was it just for species ID? A 2023 study in paleobiology says the inner porous structure absorbed shocks like a high-end bike helmet. Super fancy. Pachycephalosaurus teaches us, in life, a hard head helps tackle challenges, but don't be too stubborn, or you'll end up alone. Imagine if they were alive today. A herd in Central Park, headbutting during rush hour, worse traffic than Paris at quitting time, with cops yelling, no headbutts here, folks. But don't get sad, thanks to them. Science advances, and we understand Earth better and laugh more along the way. So, we've headbutted our way through Pachycephalosaurus, from legendary clashes to witty secrets. If you're chuckling at these crazy comparisons or wide-eyed at the surprises, then this video hit the mark. Give it a like if you want more prehistoric warriors. Comment your fave dino, maybe a feisty velociraptor, and subscribe so you don't miss the next ancient adventure. Thanks for hanging out. And remember, in life, keep a hard head but sprinkle in some humor. See you soon. Don't try headbutting walls at home.